That wasn't Paul, but we'll go to Paul first, and then hands up, please, and we'll get through as many of you as we can. So you're on mute, Paul. Apologies. I don't know if you'd take yourself off that, can.
Hi, Jurgen. Two questions, if possible. Firstly, how pleased were you with the performance? You know, the crowd being back in the ground. And secondly, could you speak a little bit about Harvey Elliott's performance as well, please?
Yeah, so obviously everybody was really looking forward to this fest today, whatever, football fest, however you want to call it, to this game. I think nobody leaves this place today with any kind of disappointment, because I think all our dreams were fulfilled today, atmosphere-wise. The people, that was for sure the best 12:30 atmosphere we had. And it was pretty special, really special. And so how the game was as well, pretty special, because Burnley is Burnley. Burnley caused you problems, and Burnley caused us problems. And obviously the new idea about football, let the game more flow or whatever. Yeah, I think we will talk about that quite frequently over the year. But we won the game. We played a good game. We scored 2, could have scored more. Yes, needed Ali in moments as well, even when the best save he had was offside before, but it was anyway a sensational save. And Harvey was part of this performance, because everybody wants to speak to me about Harvey, but I understand absolutely when an 18-year-old boys play such a mature game, I can understand that everybody's asking. But I was not surprised that he plays like this. That's exactly how he trained now since 6-7 weeks, since we are back, since he's back from loan. And yeah, it's good.
Thank you, Paul. We'll go to Chris Baskin from The Telegraph, then to Tim Thornton from Sky, and to Kieran Canning from Air. Chris first.
Hi, Jurgen. There was a kind of reassuring familiarity about Virgil and Joel there. I mean, can you just talk a little bit about them? I mean, just to not being together as a unit and just to deal with a particular challenge today.
Yeah, we are not surprised about that, because obviously they played together. They're both really good footballers, and that's how it is. But I can tell you now already, because of the things happened during the last year, and we needed desperately the fourth centre half. Now we have 6 with Reece and Ned Phillips. And so we needed that, and so they will all play. The first 4 will definitely play all together, and we have to mix it up. We will do that, because they don't have nobody of these guys, especially after a long injury, should play then now all the time, 3 games in a week, stuff like this. So we need to find a way to get used to that. But this game today, there was no chance to change anything from last week, because you needed to be used to each other to face this Burnley team. That's really special, really specific, and they're very aggressive. And how I said, with the new idea, let the game flow, that makes it not easier. So it's a situation. So it was a tough game, an intense game, how it always was against Burnley. We won it. It was not always like this, but sometimes as well. So let's just keep going.
Okay, great. Tim Thornton, from Sky for 2 questions next.
Jurgen, can I just ask you about the performance of the 2 fullbacks today? Trent in particular obviously had his injury problems in the summer, but back to his best today. And how well do you feel your side dealt with the physical challenge that Burnley represented today?
Yeah, both fullbacks with a good game. So both spectacular, if you want, with 2 nice, Costas with the cross and Trent with the little cheeky curveball or whatever on Sadio. No, it was a good game. And yes, that's part of the if I think everybody thinks both fullbacks played a good game in the situation. That means they were defensively good as well in a really difficult game from a defensive point of view. because in football, usually you have a plan, you have an idea how you're going to want to win the ball here or there. Against Burnley, there is no winning the ball here or there. That's only around the center halves where you have to pick the ball up and we have to protect constantly like crazy, because there is the ball ending up. If you don't, I cannot remember a high press situation. I think it's just not possible. At least was not possible today. But the fullbacks were really good, which helped us to win the game.
Thank you, Tim. And then the last couple, we'll take one from Kieran Canning from AFP, and then we'll finish with Paul Joyce, who's put the hand up again, I presume, for a follow-up. Kieran.
Hi, Jurgen. The focus on Virgil's comeback has been more defensively, but just how much of an impact does having him for his distribution from the back make to the overall way the team can play? Because we saw in the second half, particularly, those diagonal balls that he plays out to the right-hand side that created quite a few chances.
Yeah, of course, that's really helpful. The package Virgil van Dijk is really helpful. I just don't understand why we constantly. I like talking about Virgil, but I just don't like if you talk about last season. Everybody, Virgil van Dijk didn't play. Just to mention again, Joe Gomez and Joel Matip didn't play as well, which didn't make the situation easier. And people tend to forget how good they are. No, but of course it's cool having Virgil back. He was for sure in moments on the edge today, not physically, but not in a dangerous way, just because the intensity of the game was incredible, especially for the center halves. You're constantly in the air. The ref whistles absolutely nothing. Strikers are in your body. You jump, you get down. That was the proper test today. Yeah, and I honestly, I love football. I love all these challenges and all these kind of things. Yes, but we came from protecting the players slightly more to let the game more flow. There is a gray area in between, which for sure we will have to adapt again during the season, because just let the game now run doesn't sound like it makes too much sense. We have to still need to talk about different things, but it was for today. It was fine, but it was a proper test for Sander Hals. It was a proper test for Wirtz today. He passed it, and all good.
And then final question back to Paul to finish his press conference.
It was just on that point about letting the game flow more. Speaking generally, do you think what would you like to be done about things? You've obviously got concerns.
Concerns. I'm not the Pope of football or whatever, or any kind of priest and want to tell the people what to do. These kind of things, really not. It's just when you might remember it, when we started about talking about the elbow in the challenge, all of a sudden all challenges in the air were like, we heard a whistle. So what's going on now? So it happened then that players started to feeling something in the face even when nothing touched them, because it helped always doing this. That we went to all these different things. Now there's the message, like a headline, let the game all flow. It started with the penalties, no soft penalties anymore, which is absolutely fine. But we cannot forget that we have to protect the players as well. And the challenge is in the air. So that's not me saying that. That's common sense, sports science, whatever. You're in the air. You know when you're in the air, you go down, you can fix that, it's no problem. But if you don't know how to, you get down because somebody is with your body. That's a dangerous situation in football in general. That's a dangerous situation. I don't say they are all fouls, for sure not. Most of the time it's a clear challenge. But if you do these kind of things constantly and everything, there are different ways to play football, obviously. And that's all fine. There were just a few hard situations, and I still stick to it. The goal against Arsenal, that was not dangerous at all. It's just, how can you keep the goalie away from the situation? Everybody tells the goalie, then you have to be there, but he cannot be there, because if he wants to be there, then he has to make a foul himself, and that's just not possible. You would expect in these situations that the ref helps. Again, we are early in the season. I don't want to open now already the box of Pandora. I just think we have to speak about these kind of things, because the intensity of the season didn't even start. We play from after international games. So from next week on, the players play even with international. There are, by the way, the FIFA gave the Brazilian or the South American the opportunity to play a third game. That's like they can play the third game on Thursday night in Brazil, and we can do nothing in a moment against that. I don't know where we saw that, and have our match is either Saturday or Sunday against Leeds. means how we want to deal with that. So just to say, the intensity is starting now. In a moment, it's like still extended preseason. You play a game, then have a week to prepare the next game, then have a week to prepare the next game. After that game against Chelsea, the players play always, our players and a lot of others play always 3 games a week until Easter. So, and that's the situation. And that's why we cannot just make a spectacle of challenges and on the other side, and and they might be a little bit tired. And all these things, the first thing we have to be concerned about is not the spectacle, is the player. That's what I always said. And it's for us exactly the same like it is for other teams. If we do something in the kind of challenges, it's not only one side, it's just for all of us. We will have a lot of football games, but we only have them if our players are available. If they are available, then we have to make sure that they don't get hurt in situations we could avoid.
Thanks, everyone. Stay safe. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Okay.